Pleasant good night to all my viewers and my subscribers. This is Jah-P Sports Talk. I hope everyone is keeping safe. So guess what? The Chinese mechanic is creating a wave in Jamaica. Oh, you do the wave. Oh, you do the wave. Yes, the Chinese mechanic is creating a wave in Jamaica. You know, a couple weeks ago, I saw the video circulating on the internet, but I wasn't paying it too much attention. You know, I just look at it and then just skip. But it continued to surface. It continued to surface and the news continued to spread. And guess what? The people in Jamaica get to love it. Yes, we get to understand that there is a mechanic shop on Fairpen there, Spanish Town side going to St. Catherine there, right? And trust me, people come to get their car service. You would have think it's money given away, food given away, or something like that given away. Believe me, people live from all sorts of the part of the country to come there to get their car service by the Chinese. But guess what now? It's creating a wave until the Ministry of Labour has also intervened. You understand me? They intervene because guess what? They want to find out if the Chinese mechanic have work permit or they are in the country illegal. So right now, service has been temporarily closed. You understand me? Because based on what I'm seeing now, the mechanics is the main stakeholder at that mechanic shop. You understand me? Maybe you have one and two other Jamaicans there, maybe doing other stuff, but to me, it seems like the mechanic is the main persons there, you know. So, and based on what I'm seeing, is like their English is not so well, you know. So they have to be using translator to get it because you know I think they can read the English or someone there that knows it more. Someone knows English and Chinese to a certain dimension, so they can always translate to the other Chinese nationals, you know. But trust me, I think this is a good move by whoever is behind this. Well, more than likely, I think it's a Chinese person that owns that mechanic shop, you know. I'm not sure of the person who directly owns it, but I would think that it's a Chinese mechanic. Or whether or not it's a Chinese mechanic, I would say it's something good. The reason why I would say it's something good, for far too long, these car dealerships, some of these mechanics in Jamaica, they're taking a joke with people's cars. You understand me? When you got some of these mechanic, you see 20, 30, 40 cars all around. How they reach there? You know? People can't get them car to fix. Oh, you call the man today. Oh, Mr. John, can I get the car to? Oh, boy, you know, I have 3 persons before you. Be excuses. So a lot of persons are tired of the excuse. You understand me? They don't want the excuse. People want to spend their money, get their car to do whatever business they want to do. You understand me? And based on what I'm hearing also, the prices are very welcome. Yes, the prices are very welcome. I get to understand that the prices that the mechanic shop, wholehearted mechanic shop, give the persons there that get service is total different from the Jamaican mechanic or the car dealerships there. You understand me? So it's a big difference. So persons prefer to go to the Chinese mechanic right now to get their car service, you know. And we also saw a sign where it's saying that they only can give out 30 numbers to process for that day, you know. So I hope that they have work permit, and if they do not have work permit, I hope that the government can process them some form of way. You understand me? Get the work permit to them in some form of way. Alright? And we hope to get some more Chinese mechanic. Right? I am saying this in a sense, not to kick the Jamaicans car dealerships or the Jamaicans mechanic off their feet, right? But also send a message to them that listen, when somebody come to you to get their car service or their car fixed and whatever, Stop giving the people them this ridiculous price. You understand me? I know that yes, you need to make a money to put back in your pocket and stuff like that. And sometimes it's very expensive to order these parts around the world. But at the end of the day, sometimes these car dealerships and the mechanics, they are too expensive. You understand me? Not everybody want to go the cheaper way, you know? Because, you know, in life you have you would call it the lower class, the medium class, the higher class. You understand me? You have different stages of people. So, sometimes a man may be charging 150,000 to get whatever parts for their car. But they don't have any choice, so they have to go. With this Chinese mechanic now, you can, that 150,000, maybe you only spend 60 out of it, or maybe 80. You save back something, put in a pocket, can buy some gas. You understand me? So, trust me, I think it's a good move, you know. I think it's a good move. And we're just hoping that going forward, you know, as I said, hopefully that if their permits are valid, and if it is not valid, we're hoping that the Ministry of Labor can, you know, proceed with getting them their work permits and so on, you know. But I guess that whoever is behind it, if their work permit is not valid, maybe they were not thinking that it would have gone so viral where persons would have known about them and stuff like that. You understand? Because, you know, a lot of persons tend to come to Jamaica and then after a while, you know, they say, oh man, I'm not going back, I'm just gonna stay. I have my brother here, sister here, and, you know, just find somewhere to jam around and stuff like that. You know? So, you know, as I said earlier on, you know, Jamaican mechanics, the car dealerships, I think this should be an eye-opener. Try find some ways how to give your customers better deals. Whether it be Honda, Toyota, Suzuki, Daihatsu, or whichever company, find some ways how the customers can get value for their money. You understand me? And I am not trying to bypass the fact that, listen, to get certain stuff into the country, it costs. Worse off with what they going on now with the whole tariff thing, and you understand me? But with these Chinese nationals, I think they may have some form of connections back in China where certain parts can get, and maybe you can get them at a fast pace also. So that's our next thing, you know. But Chinese mechanic, welcome to Jamaica. At least for a few weeks, you gave the other mechanics something to think about. Yes, you gave the other mechanics something to think about, you know. But as I said, whoever owned that wholehearted mechanic shop, please try to get your nationals, the Chinese nationals, their work permit. Go through the necessary process, and if you can get some more, get some more. I'm not saying that you're going to totally kick off, or I want you to totally kick the other persons, dealers off their feet. But at the same point in time, sending a signal, and the other mechanics around the road supposed to be looking and say, listen, let me try and do a little bit better to Miss Jane car or Mr. Jones car. You understand me? Stop giving Mr. Jones this excuse, this run around, oh, I have 3-4 cars before you and stuff like that. You know? Get the person them the car, fix on them bumper and XYZ, and get them car up and running. Oh boy, trust me, you know. So we await to hear further on this news, but as where it stands right now, they say that they have temporarily closed because, as I said, it seems like all of those nationals, maybe they don't have anything valued, because if they had some form of permit, I don't think it would have been a case where they would have closed, because whoever from the Ministry of Labor went there, they would have basically showed them their work permit and know that, well, they have a work permit. So we are waiting to hear further on that, you know. But I'm hoping that sooner rather than later they can get things together, you know, where the amount of persons that they have, persons would have to be calling to get appointments and stuff like that. But trust me, if whoever is behind this can get at least 10 more or 20 more Chinese national mechanics, trust me, they don't have, they won't have hand to take care of all of those cars. Because people will be coming rapidly. And then the next thing now, the police, they don't want so much persons to be on the roads creating a gridlock. So that would be our next problem now, where the operator of that business establishment would have to figure out a way how to get those cars, or just tell certain amount of persons that, listen, we only accepting 50 or 40 for today. Come back tomorrow 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock or whatever, and then proceed. You understand me? So that is the next thing. They would have to send out some messages. If by chance there is where person just coming to do something quick, I'm hoping that they don't have a blockage where whatever this person is doing quick, they could just come instead of directly waiting in the line. So we're hoping that they can get certain things sorted out. But in the meanwhile, get up, start it now. Honda, Toyota, get up now. Let me whisper to you. You understand me? So, my viewers and subscribers, I just want to thank you so much for subscribing, like, share, and comment. Let me all hear from you. What do you think about the Chinese mechanic? Do you think they are giving the Jamaica dealerships a run for their money? Do you think the government should allow them to work until their permit or whatever is sorted out? Let me all hear from you. What do you think? So please, I'm asking you all to just follow me at Jah-P Sports Talk, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. Alright? So until next time, my viewers, I just want to thank you again, and keep safe and all the best for the rest of the weekend. And yes, I'm in my Barcelona jersey. My team won the Copa del Rey today. Barcelona. Champion. Champion. Yes, my viewers. So keep safe until next time. Jah-P Sports Talk.